Greetings, fellow scholars. I'm here to talk about a little bit about week 4 for quantitative literacy, mathematical reasoning, and then for week 5. There are a lot of questions about your team interviews. And for Math for Teachers, everything I say about team interviews really pretty much goes with also with your team teach. And some of you in the quantitative literacy mathematical reasoning course realized that I had assigned you a team teach and a financial report this week. So you only have a financial report. The team teach is for Math for Teachers. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Sharing my screen with you, which everybody's going to be sharing their screen for their interviews, and you already have done that for your Excel and your lesson presentations. Good job. Beautiful work on those presentations all around. All right, so here we are. This is quantitative literacy, mathematical reasoning. We are in our week 4 financial report. I talked about this a little bit, but I understand I should have done more detail. I've had a request for more detail on this. So when you guys are looking at your dream financial, time management, and nutrition reports, that means that you're thinking ahead 5 years from now. When that's a projected time that you would have either your 2-year degree or your 4-year degree, and then maybe a year to 3 years behind you in your field. So this is a time when you're it's a visionary time to look ahead. What do you think you're going to be spending your money on? You can do a Google search. How much money does a mortician make in Central Arkansas? How much money does a social worker make in Central Arkansas? A teacher? Whatever your field is that you're going into, you Google it and you see how much money you basically make. Then you are going to just Google. Here you can see I just put in budget time chart, budget pie graph, and pressed image in the Google search. And you get all this stuff that comes up for budgets. And this is what I want to see, how your budget would look. If you need ideas, you can get off the pie chart and just Google budgeting. And then you'll get some lists that come up that actually make it a little more easy. Here's a list. I don't know what this says, but this is a really good detailed list. It has everything on there. I didn't really want to show you the one that I made for last semester. It's just a little maybe overwhelming, but I'll show you. This is an Excel spreadsheet, kind of the prototype for the portfolio, the Excel for the module. I used to have a cover page, which is why all the pages are mixed up. That's why it says page 4 when it should be 3. Also, I didn't know about using sheets on Google till the end of last semester. So we will be using those from now on for our Excel reports too. Talk about that later. So you have your Excel report, your homework scratch paper, which you guys rocked the homework scratch paper. Good job. A time management report. This is what I put together. Something, I don't know, I guess I probably did this a year ago when I first started designing all of this stuff for this course, but you can see how I put my activity. I have 3 columns here. Can I make this bigger? Anyway, hopefully you can see it. I can't seem to make it bigger. There we go. I have 3 columns. I have my activities, the times that I'm going to do those activities, and then the number of hours that I did them. And then to create my graph, I went ahead and minimized my chart. You know, I synthesized all the stuff, eating and family, workout, you know, like we're over on my daily schedule. I have my workout. I do work out twice a day. So I just, you know, put everything together in one chart. And then I just selected it and I inserted a bar graph and a pie chart. So this is what I'm looking for. How do you see your daily schedule 5 years from now when you're settled in your field? My budget, I guess really these should be switched around because I think on the assignment the budget's first. On my budget, I went a little crazy. I actually started going through my bank account and looking at how much money I spend on different things, and realized I go to the Goodwill a lot. So you think I got this shirt for $1.75, but then you buy a lot of shirts for $1.75, and it turned out I was spending a lot of money at the Goodwill. So I had to actually, cut that out. I've been working hard. When I go to the Goodwill now, I only get my 5 items of my favorite things, not 15 of everything I think I'll like. So little things about making budgets can help you recognize where you might be wasting some money. Then for the time management, we already talked about that, the nutrition plan. I did not yet put my nutrition plan together, but I did Google. I Googled a lot of stuff. I Googled time management pie graphs. You guys are going to make a pie graph and a bar chart for each thing. A pie graph and a bar chart for your financial report, a pie chart and a bar graph for your time management, and a pie chart and a bar graph for your nutrition management. So you'll have 6 graphs, but you just use the same chart to create 2 for each one. Hopefully you know what I mean. I just, you just use the exact same set of data. Like I just used just this chart right here, activities and hours, to insert both a pie chart and a bar graph. So it's 2 graphs, 1 set of data. So if you Google time management, you can get ideas of what other people have done for time management. I like to really look at some, I go extreme. I do block scheduling, so my days scheduled like in 15-minute increments. And I don't want to show you that because it can be overwhelming for you to think about blocking your time that way. But you can Google time blocking, and it has all kinds of different outlines, to do that. Templates. I'm trying to think of the word templates. All right, so now for a nutrition plan. People are asking the most questions about nutrition plans. So if you think about what you want to eat, this is difficult for me because I follow Dr. Gundry. I follow a lot of modern nutrition science. So these nutritional plates look outdated to me. So it's difficult for me to talk about them, but I understand that this is, still the common knowledge of the public, and this is what I have to talk about for now. But when you talk about your nutrition plan, you can think about, how much dairy do you plan to eat? How much meat, vegetables? Right now, you might eat a lot of stuff out of a box. You might eat a lot of processed meat. But as you mature in your career and you have a budget and you're working on your health, how are you going to eat then? Are you going to increase the percentage of your vegetable and fresh food intake, increase the amount of meat? What are you going to do with your health? And as far as percentages on these graphs, there are just a lot of different graphs you can look at. I don't think this is actually the graph I'm looking for, but when you guys are looking at percentages of how you eat, you just make yourself a chart. I'm not saying exactly what I'm looking for, but make yourself a chart in your Excel spreadsheet that has something like, let's see if I could do this real quick. Make it bigger. Say you have fresh fruits and veggies. Just write fresh fruits. And let's say we could say foods. And here we can, in the next column, we can say servings per week. How about that? You can do per day, per week, whatever you want to do. So let's say that I would like that in my future in 5 years that I can commit to 4 servings of fresh fruit and vegetables each day. And you might even do them separate. I do mine separate, 4 servings of fruit and 5 servings of vegetables. And then let's say, and this is per week. I'm not saying I'm eating 5 vegetables a day, although I do, but this is for a normal person who has not gone crazy about their health and nutrition. I understand we're all in different places. Veggies, grains, it's hard for me to put that on there. Meat, You know, and you might even you might have a goal to eat meat without hormones and antibiotics in it. It's hard to do. It's a little more expensive. But really, if you listen to a lot of modern dietitians, they say the most important meal of the day is the meal you skip. So how about skipped meals? I personally eat twice a day within a 6-hour window, and then I skip 12 to 18 hours, usually every day. And then on Mondays, I fast all day. And that helps my arthritis and my inflammation of my discs and helps my body stay healthy. So let's say that I'm going to skip, I don't believe we need 3 meals a day. I think 2 is usually enough. But let's just say I'm going to skip 5 meals a week. I know that sounds crazy to some people. It shouldn't though. But a lot of you that I talk to do that already. So I think that's good. All right. What else would you do? You want 5 servings of meat. So you guys just kind of make a list like this. Yours should be more detailed, and create a pie chart and a bar graph from it. And you can do servings per day. You might choose ounces. You might want to actually calculate how much sugar, salt, all of that stuff you eat, and do, instead of servings per day, you can do grams per day. So you can do your nutrition chart, whatever feels good to you guys. All right, so, and then of course, I'll just show you real quick. This one's going to be very vague, but you just select your data, and you guys all know about putting your borders around everything by now. Select your data, insert a bar chart, and then, you know, put labels and do all the stuff that you know how to do, and then select your chart and insert a pie chart. I hope nobody uses this example I have. It was very vague just to get you through this real quick. And I know I talk too much about my personal opinion on food. So here, that's just how you do it, you guys. This didn't turn out well, but hopefully you get the idea. All right, let's move on to the what I'm getting lots of questions about are, what do you mean by write 6 questions and 6 answers? So after your financial report, you guys are going to write 6 questions and answers. So let's have a look at that. Weekly assignments in National Parks, Blackboard, and course content in Pulaski Tech. Then you go to your week 5. And if you're math for teachers, you go to your week 4 for your guys' team teach. All right, so here we have all kinds of instructions, but I'm getting a lot of questions, and any recommendations that you have to simplify these instructions. I did send out an announcement for you guys to link into this questions and suggestions page that I created in the Google Docs. So please feel free to put questions, suggestions, and comments in there for quantitative literacy, mathematical reasoning, and math for teachers. And this way, when I make videos, I can go to one place and answer questions. We'll see how that works out. All right, back to our week 5. So what's going to happen here is you guys, let me stop sharing this screen and just talk to you. You guys are going to write questions. Here are 4 questions, or here's your set of questions. We need 6 questions each. All right, so let's say that I have written 6 questions on these pieces of paper. These are my 6 questions. I'll just put them like this, okay? Yes, I do love playing cards. This made you think of that. All right, so here are my 6 questions that I wrote. And here are my 6 answers that I wrote. My 6 questions, my 6 answers. So I keep my answers right here in front of me. You guys can't see them. So my answers are right there in front of me, and here are my 6 questions. So I take my 6 questions and I give them to all to the people in my group. Now they have my questions. So now the people in my group are going to ask me my questions. And when they ask me my questions, I will have the answers maybe sitting, you know, like up on my computer. Can you guys see that? I can move this actually. If you have it sitting up on your computer like this, and there's your camera, and then you guys can actually be reading, you know, the paper while they're asking you your questions. Also, you will have a slide prepared. Hey, look, that's cool. Also, you'll prepare a slide that has graphs and diagrams, and people are asking me, do I have to draw new graphs and diagrams? No. This week of the team presentations, you're just using everything that you already created. So your Excel report, and then the financial, time, and health reports you're making this week, you're using all the stuff that we did for the entire module to create your 6 questions and answers. And that's what you're going to talk about. So you'll be using those graphs and charts that you've already created to answer your questions. So your questions and answers are going to be about the math that you've already done in your Excel report. Let's see, I just thought of this. I can show you. Let's say that I want to open up my Excel report, and I'm going to go ahead and ask some, I'll give you guys a little example here of what I'm talking about. My computer's working pretty fast, so that's good when you're making a video. All right, so here's your Excel report. You know, this is mine, but we'll say it's yours. And I'm writing 6 questions. So I might write one question that says, everybody really seemed to like the, well, actually I had a great response on all of the questions. It seems like you guys enjoyed all of the 6 questions on the Excel report, yay! And hopefully you enjoy creating your future plans as well from this week. But here, you guys are going to talk about, maybe ask a question. So, Benzie, what did you think was, when you scrolled through the universe and you saw all those things zooming in and out, what did you find most profound? And then I would answer that question, because I gave that question to someone and they're asking it to me. Make sure your questions are full sentences. And then maybe I would say, and what I found most profound was the saguaro cactus. It's from my hometown, Tucson, Arizona. And speaking of cactus, or well, I guess that wouldn't really fall in, but the information was profound. I enjoyed learning about it. I see that we also learned about some misleading graphs. And Tommy, did you notice about the misleading graphs, what a difference it was when we started our axes at 0? And then Tommy would answer his question that he gave you to ask him. So I hope this has helped. You guys are just going to make questions and answers about your work that you've already done. You can use your Excel reports, or you can use your snipping tool and put it onto PowerPoint presentations. This is your guys' creation as a group. This is how you're going to show future employers that you know how to network and collaborate and talk about current events. This is a very powerful artifact to have in your digital portfolios. And folks, digital portfolios are your new resumes. When you put things into your digital portfolio, artifacts as powerful as this, employers are looking at those things. So if there are other questions, let me know. Let me see if I covered everything. Oh, please, everybody, all the folks out there, please make sure that your name, your first and last name, is on every single solitary slide that you are showing if you use slides. If not, your name should be somewhere at the top of your Excel report where it's named, the file name, whatever it is, your name should be somewhere on your stuff. Let's see, we are going to, everything looks good. So you guys keep up the great work, and I will be seeing you on your Zoom videos. The next week in class, for those of you in class, we can, you know, we talked about how we're going to work on these in class. So I'm super excited about it all. Keep being amazing, everybody. You rock. We rock. We're rocking this. Bye, y'all.